saying reparations. It's not reparations. By the way, the policies that they're actually fighting for, or they say they support, baby bonds and targeted tax credits, I think those are more popular than reparations. So if they were just honest and said, no, I don't support reparations, but I do support baby bonds and tax credits, that would be more popular and would probably get them more votes. But again, they're weaponizing this against Bernie Sanders specifically.
Can you stop it right there?
Again, they're weaponizing this against Bernie Sanders specifically.
Yep.
Okay, so wrong. We heard that. We didn't go for it. Bernie tried that in the 10-20-40 plan, and we said no. We not falling for the okie doke. We was like, cool, after reparations. So he was off all across the board. No, it's not more popular for us because we see. So this is my thing. And I think this is what it is. White people don't know the data on Black people. I was on Twitter like the other week, and this white guy literally said 75% of Black people are middle class. 50% of Black people are worth less than $1. I don't know where he got 75% are in the middle class. Even at the lowest estimation of the middle class, if we're talking about wealth, that's not possible. So I think the Cosby Show and all these movies with Negroes in these big $3-4 million houses that we don't live in LA.
MTV Cribs, that's what they were watching.
Exactly. That is not ADOS life. And it's propaganda, but again, we don't control our images. If you look, the majority of our movies are not produced by us. They're not produced by ADOS. We're not directing our movies. And that's all races. That's not just Africans. We got white people writing our stories. We got all kinds of stuff. So the reason why you don't know what's going on with us is because nobody's showing. And then for those of us from the community who get to tell stories, it's the top of the top and the most affluent of us. So you're not talking to the right people. Exactly. At least if you look at white cinema, because I'm a film buff, if you watch white cinema, like you get to see like working class movies, you get to see like, oh, I'm so poor, this is some bullshit movies. You get to see the ultra wealthy movies. Like our stuff, most of the stuff that you see, it's people in big houses that Black people can't afford. A lot of jobs that we don't have. And so it's propaganda. But I need people to do their research. This is the thing that I noticed the most during my time on Twitter. A lot of y'all white people want to talk to Black people about Black people, but you don't know anything about us, and you're not taking any time to do any reading or research. So don't come to me and tell me things when you haven't spent any time reading or researching. Don't tell somebody who's been spending a year, 2 years, 10 years researching their people and what's going on, and you just tell them like, no, that's not good. You don't know because you don't spend time thinking about me ever. So maybe if you just took a little bit of time to start thinking about Black people and Black families and them having a better life, and then you decide, hey, let me go talk to a Black person, and not a rich Black person. Go talk to a poor Black person. And if you don't know any, find one. Welcome to America. We're around. That's it.
I don't even remember what the fuck Kyle was talking about, but like after hearing all of that, I mean, what I gotta say is that we gotta also be real. Like some of these motherfuckers are just disingenuous. Like they don't want to know what the fuck is going on with us. Like they want to kind of have like the handpicked Black people, their tokens that are going to tell them what they want to hear, and they can avoid us. That's what they thought they were going to do this fucking election. It didn't work out for them, and now they got to confront us.
These are facts, and I'm here to tell you, I used to be a handpicked Negro over there on the left. Then I messed around and heard about some reparations. That woke me up, man. I was like, because
they turned on you.
Yeah, they turned on you. They turned on me quick. Man, they turned on me quick. It was like they didn't even know me. It was like, damn, remember me? Nice guy, MG. I write stuff. That shit didn't work out, right? So, one thing that you guys touched on was paternalism, which is a horrible plague on the center and the left, for that matter. Is one of the, and that's one of the reasons why we're doing this podcast. It's not just to make fun of the lefties who don't understand this stuff, even though they could just ask us. It's also to give you a space where a safe space where you can listen to this, or relatively safe space, depends on how your feelings working, but to listen to something like this and listen to these counter arguments and listen to how much sense they make, because all we're talking about right now is logic, right? If you want to beat the Democrats, or if you want to shake the Democrats to their core, you got to have the black vote, because the black vote is their foundation. You can't whoop nobody without taking away their foundation. It's like fighting, it's like war, it's like anything else. If you can't take away their foundation, you're going to have a much harder time. That's when it turns into a war of attrition, right? And that's the worst kind of what battles ever get into. If you cannot undermine their base, you're always in a losing position, right? And black folks are here for the taking, right? The Democrats don't give a shit about us. The Republicans don't give a shit about us. The left should have just used common sense and say, "Wow, there's a large group of, there was 13% of the population which who could undermine the people that we need to take out. If we take that away from them, the Democrats have problems. Let's give these folks what they want." But they made the mistake that I admittedly did not believe they were making in 2016. I did not believe they were fighting for the working class white vote. I just thought they were there, to my mind, right? I did not think they were fighting for the working class white vote. I just thought they were just trying to make this broad coalition, period, right? But this cycle, Jesus Christ, it was nothing but working toward that white vote. And the reparations things just brought it into bas relief, and that's why I got exiled. That's why I got sent off get kicked out of the tree of trust, because I was calling out the bullshit.
Get out of here, Negro. Go back to your people.
Exactly. Calling out bullshit seems to be something I do often, even though I have my own set of bullshit. But me calling out bullshit is something I do often that pisses off a lot of people, because and this is one of my, I don't think it's a flaw, because is that if I'm on a mission, I know what the end of that mission looks like, and I know when we're deviating, right? So if I'm calling out bullshit, it means I see a deviation. You may not believe me now, but you'll pay later. You know what I mean? And the left is now paying because they didn't listen to people like me, right? The few of us that were saying anything about this. So now the left is in shambles. You got all these Bernie fans, and Bernie ain't gonna be with us much longer. I'm not hoping the man death, but goddamn, he's 107. You know what I mean? There's no heir apparent. AOC is about as phony as a $3 bill with my picture on it. So there's nothing there.
What is black?
Of where we are as a country about identity, because like, what does it mean to be black? Who is black and who isn't?
Oh God, it's just like what are reparations? Even though I'm Jewish and my people got reparations, you know what I mean? It's wild to me, right? But people are so, part of the problem ironically, part of the problem is us, because they're so used to us not demanding anything in this larger number and this loudly. You know what I mean?
And they're used to saying crazy stuff and us not pushing back. Y'all been saying crazy, wild stuff for a while, and you ain't had nobody here to check you. Welcome.
Yeah, exactly. We are here. We are here to check you, and we're gonna have fun doing it. And you're gonna learn. And the upside is, you guys are gonna learn something if you listen. All right. If you don't listen, we'll be right back here in 2024.